polished andesite?
Yeah.
How do you make that? You don't know. Okay.
I got a torch, I got a redstone torch, and I got a block of quartz. So, yeah. The block of quartz, I was going to make it out of white wool, but then I realized, no.
Hey Ryan, I'm starting a live stream, so why don't you keep working on that? I'll take a real good look at it when you're done, alright? Okay. Or when I'm done. Alright.
You don't think he can sit here and talk about his Minecraft too? While you're live streaming? Because he's telling me about it. Alex?
What was that?
Ryan is telling me about it. Does it really affect your live stream?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Ryan was talking to me and you were kind of falling asleep, but...
I was watching him, and he's telling me about it.
Okay. Well, you can tell me about it again in a minute. Or half an hour. Alright, we are back for more Kerbal. Oh. So let's boost that lander. You know what? Actually, let's not. Let's go ahead and launch the other spacecraft. So let's go back to our vehicle assembly building. Now we are going to start a new vessel here. 6 tourists. We already got 4 of them on the other ship, so we need 2 more tourists. So we're going to have Valentina pilot this one and just carry the 2 others. Now this one, I'm going to do a little bit differently here. I'm going to do mostly the same, but just a little different in that, for one thing, we don't need quite as many parachutes, and we don't need a bigger landing can. And we're going to use large fuel tanks and stuff because we want a lot of propulsion to refuel the lander in orbit over the moon and do a lot of science that way. So we are just going about things normally. Let's go ahead and put that big honking fuel tank on there with that engine. Count up to 210 in one breath. It's been so long since I've done that, and it took me like a week to practice about that. Sing VeggieTales theme song in one breath. You know what? I'll work on that. Except for, you know, my channel started out as an atheism channel, kind of antithetical for me to sing a Christian television show theme song. So, yeah, maybe not.
I want to hear it.
I don't even know the VeggieTales theme song, fortunately. Ugh.
If the squash can't read the keys now.
Alright. Oh, wait. What am I doing? What am I doing? We can just do the sub-assembly here. Big kahuna. Boom. Nice big rocket. Big rocket! If you like to talk to tomatoes. Well, talking to tomatoes is really boring. I mean, it's like talking to a vegetable.
No way.
Ah! Oh, pun. Yay. Okay. Alright, let's zoom in here. Let's see. I'm going to want that right about there.
Watch this silly songs of VeggieTales now.
Go into...
Do you remember watching it with me, Ryan?
Yeah, I do.
No?
Alright.
Where is my
So now we have possibly enough thrust to get this off the ground. With those 4 engines, we're going to do a little bit more math here, because we've got total fuel consumption 3.611 per second times 4. Okay, so that's 14.444, and then we're adding on top of that 18.642, 18.6 backspace. Where's backspace? 2. Okay, so 33.086 fuel per second. We have 360, so divided by 1440, that's how much fuel we have in all 4 of those fuel tanks. Let's take that reciprocal there. So it's going to take 43.52 seconds to burn through all of those fuel tanks, which means we're gonna
There's no such thing as a friend stealer.
divide that by how much solid fuel we got. 820. Okay, and take the reciprocal of that. So we got 18.84 seconds is how, no, 18.84 solid fuel per second. So we're going to divide that by this consumption, 19.423. So these need to be at 97% thrust. And they will run out of fuel right at the moment that those fuel tanks are done. So that's the optimal thrust profile for this whole rocket here, I believe. So there's going to be no dead weight holding us back. Should have plenty of thrust to get us off the ground, accelerate us rapidly. We've got to add a reaction control system here to perform rendezvous and docking. But you know what? We have a reaction control system on the other spacecraft that's better. So, you know, we could always just use that one and refill that one with monopropellant from that tank too. So we could leave that the way it is. Let's go ahead and slap some solar panels on here though. 4-way symmetry is fine. Yes, that looks excellent. And geez, I don't know what else I could do. I mean, I could try to get, you know, science and stuff, but you know, we'll do that with the space station when we build it. So, I don't know. Am I missing anything? Am I missing? Yes, I am definitely missing stuff. I am missing parachutes. That would really stink, not being able to bring my Kerbals back home. So we got 2 parachutes there. We got, oh, we only need 3. 3 parachutes there. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of these 2 guys and bring in these tourists. And we got action groups, so abort, we will decouple that and we will activate that engine. And if we hit the brakes, we will decouple that and activate that engine. So that will send off our launch escape tower. We got plenty of fuel to get into orbit, and this looks like a beautiful spacecraft. Let's go ahead and add launch clamps. Check our staging. Go ahead and put these there, so all these engines fire, all these engines fire, those two engines fire, and this engine needs to fire as well. Then all of those decouple, which I will need. Okay, I do have the struts there. I do have struts there. Do I have struts between? I do not. Whoa! Huh! How did that happen? Okay. Weird. I think we're good to go. I think we are good to go. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Run refueler. Okay. Save and launch. This is going to be one of our why do dogs hump legs? Because they're not that smart. Alright. Let's go ahead and time accelerate till morning. And 3, 2, 1. Nice. Metal. Whoa. It's a beautiful separation. Shutting down these engines because they don't have quite the specific impulse as the center main engine there, so let's go ahead and jettison that. Whew. Lightly accelerating. Lightly, daintily pushing myself to orbit. Takes finesse, throttling back that engine just the right amount. So I just tweak that orbit, just tweak it. Okay. That's good enough. Alright. Now let's lift both of these to the moon. So this, oh my gosh. That did not have, son of a biatch. Oh well. Let's just go ahead and decouple that there. We're going to launch another one of these with another engineer and another pilot to refuel that thing, push this into a highly elliptical orbit, then come back, and then this one will be fully fueled, and then go to the moon. This is going to be tricky. This is going to be tricky, yeah. Or I could just build a fuel tank that I can steer with an automatic control system, a probe, come, dock here, and refuel that one. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, Space Center. So we're going to launch, yeah, no, we're just going to launch this one again. This one time we're going to disable crossfeed. There we go. And we've got a pilot, an engineer, and a scientist. Yeah, why not just send them along? They could use the experience. Go ahead. LKO refueler, save and launch. All right, here we go. Woo, yeah. Love that separation. I love this rocket. This rocket is awesome. I don't know about this flight profile though. It's got a lot of turn to it. Let's do that. Go ahead and turn stability assist to hold that direction. Now let's go ahead and track prograde vector. Boom. Like a dart, the yellow dart. Alright, once we hit the Kármán line, we'll go ahead and jettison that. Since we definitely don't need it. And yeah, this was a much more efficient launch profile, and so this one's going to have a lot more fuel left in it. So we'll be able to do the rendezvous and docking with the other spacecraft, yeah. No problem. Alright, so we are in that orbit. Oh man, look at all these orbits that all this debris has. Woo, yeah, it's just a big, massive debris field. And I'm gonna switch to the men refueler, because it'll be easier to perform rendezvous from there. Oh shoot. Let's go to that one then. Okay. So, go ahead and turn off debris. Set that as our target. Point prograde in our orbit. And light up that engine. It's probably good. We don't want to overdo it. So it'll take a few orbits for that one to catch up to us, it being in a lower orbit. boring, 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 boring. I don't like the limitations on time acceleration. I should be able to time accelerate as quickly as I want at any altitude. Or at least it should be an option. I should have the option to be able to disable time acceleration limitations. Because I can do it from the ground. I gotta go back to the space station, to the tracking center to do that. Okay. When I get to there, I'll start to slow down. Shoot, 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 shoot. Did I pass it? No, I didn't. Okay. Checking out how long this has been going on for a little over half an hour. So we'll get these two docked and then we will take another break. That's good. They're fairly close. Yeah, fairly close. But, yeah. We'll just do this real easy here. Oh shoot! I'm gonna have to come in. This is gonna be another interesting episode where I've got to dock these things without a reaction control system. I forgot about that. I decided to go against having the reaction control system, so we're going to have to dock it without a reaction control system. So we're going to switch over to target mode here. And you'll notice that the vector will drift back towards the... We're going to make a slight adjustment here, right about there. Two, 1, 8, 7, 6. Okay, as we get close here, we'll do another slight adjustment. So let's go ahead and find that retrograde vector. We're going to push that vector back onto there. Okay, take a look at its relative position. It could have drifted relative to the target. So that's good. That's good. Coming in fast and loose now. There we go. Now we can see that these vector indicators, that's all I'm doing is using vectors to bring this thing into dock. That's all I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and just keep pushing that retrograde vector over the target indicator. Okay, and we don't want to come in that fast, so let's go ahead and target the retrograde vector and slow down to about 3 meters per second. Because we're going to push that vector right back onto there again. Let's change the orientation so we know Doing it very precisely here. Let's go down to 1 meter per second. Right about there. That's where we'll go to. Okay. Now I'm going to have this one go forward. Let's switch over from map view. You can see that we are coming up on each other, so we're going to switch fast. Set as target. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, come on. You failed me. You failed me good. Okay, you stay like that. And you thrust that way direction. Excellent. And you point at the target more. And you point at your target more. Okay. So I think these are going to come together quite nicely. Here we go. Whoop! Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and dump all the fuel into, oh, which one? Okay. So we've got these two crew members, Piper, Bill, and Bob. I think Piper is not a tourist. Let's see. Piper is not a tourist. No, he is not. So, we've got Piper, Bill, and Bob right here. And they want to give all of their fuel to the tourists. So, that's what we're going to do. Pump all of that fuel out like that. And go ahead and shut down engine. Disable crossfeed. We're going to control from here. Excellent. We're going to point prograde in our orbit. Because we're going to start flying to the moon. So, if we put the moon up at about 2 o'clock, like that, and we come down here, add a maneuver, drag that prograde vector out, we hit the moon just perfectly. We get 287. That's about as low as it'll go. Drag that out. Okay, 62, 60, 50, 49, 48.2. Okay. There. That is a perfect burn maneuver. So, we're not going to be able to do the full maneuver this way. We're going to have to act fast, and after we burn almost all of our fuel out of the booster stage, we are going to have to undock and then flip around with this one, light up that engine, and go the rest of the way to the moon. Or that might actually take us on that. Actually, I think that will take us most of the way there. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's going to be close. in either case, we want to send Bill, Bob, and Piper back to Earth. So, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's go ahead and start that burn right now. It's a little bit early, but it's kind of important that we start it early. So that shouldn't be using any of that fuel. Excellent. And we'll just go until that only has like 10 units of fuel left or so, and kill the engine. Or until we got a trans-lunar injection orbit, but I don't think that's gonna work. What just happened? Don't do that. I gotta monitor what keeps switching my windows. Man, what a burn. Whoa, it way underestimated that, how long it would take to burn all this fuel. I don't know which is going to come first. I think... Oh, it is really hard to say. It's going to be almost dead even as to what happens. I think I'm going to successfully get trans-lunar injection, and I'm going to have to use my fuel cleverly get the other guys out of here. You know what? Let's save that 27 meters per second for the other guys, because otherwise these guys are going to be stuck, not be able to come back. So switch over. Okay, you did good. Make sure, let's activate that engine. Switch over to these guys. Let's go ahead and get out of the way. Okay, switch back. Let's go prograde and burn until our lunar periapse comes down to around 5,000 meters. So that engine's lit up. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. That's pretty good. And then these guys here will use that small amount of fuel remaining to bring them back to Earth when they get up to apoapse. Oh, shoot. Well, it's too late now, but I don't think it really matters that much. Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay. Turn retrograde. Go ahead and burn. Just get rid of that so we can look at that. Okay, not a lot of fuel left. Okay, I believe these guys are going to swing past that moon before I fall back from apoapse into the atmosphere. So, you know what? They're on a nice slow trajectory. Why don't we go back to Big Moon and send them onto a trajectory that takes them up to the surface of the moon. So put it at the 2 o'clock position. Add a maneuver there at 6 o'clock. Here we got 54. There we go, 8,000 meters. Go ahead and target that prograde vector. Time accelerate. Now I have all that fuel. Almost none of that. So I'm going to disable crossfeed there. And I'm going to shut down that engine. And shut down that engine. Go ahead and just burn off the rest of this first stage. And do that. Activate that engine. And activate that engine. And this will probably take us about a minute and a half to do the burn. So let's go ahead and time accelerate to about T-minus 45. 4, 3, 2, 1. We can hold off just a little bit more. So I'm not certain that this will inject us into the lunar orbit here. Whew. It's going to be close. Oh, it'll be able to do it. No problem. Let's go ahead and knock that off. All right. So we got 3 spaceships all flying around at once for this one monumental mission. Okay. Excellent. Oh, wow. It's not quite a hyperbolic trajectory, but it's about as close as you can get to one. Oh, man. That's insane. That's causing my maneuver nodes to go haywire. Let's unset target. That might help. Okay. So that's on an escape trajectory. Let's, I believe this one is the next one I need to be focused on. I've never had to monitor 3 different spacecraft at once before in this game. I've done 2 all the time, but never 3. All in these highly elliptical trajectories. Okay, I want to pretty much match the plane of the orbit here, so I'm going to burn south to try to bring that trajectory to be more equatorial. Otherwise it's going to be really hard to perform the rendezvous and docking. So that's about right. It's good. That's good. Okay, 9,000 meters. Excellent. Let's perform the circularization maneuver here. Okay, nice circularization burn set up there, 270 meters per second. It's typical for a translunar injection to circular low lunar orbit burn. Let's monitor our other spacecraft before we go into that orbit. It's going to take 34 seconds, so we'll start at T-minus 17. Here we go. Alright, 3, 2, 1. It's actually going to take 25 seconds, so here we go. Let's just hold the retrograde vector, and then we can eliminate this and just watch that periapsis start to flip. Okay, excellent orbit here. Now, here's the tricky thing. I don't know if it'll take more time for this spacecraft to get back into re-entry or for this one to come up here and then flip around the moon. I think this one will get back to re-entry before that one gets to apoapsis. So let's switch over there. Okay. But we have to monitor both of these carefully. Yeah, this one's going to happen first. Okay, so let's just fall into the atmosphere. Not much about that, not that special. here we go. And go ahead and point that way and fire up that engine just to bleed off as much speed as we can before okay. All right. Re-entry. Go ahead and switch to camera free there. Oh, I hope I have enough belator. How much oh, I so much belator. And the other one's got so much ablator too, it's ridiculous. Way more than I needed. I could have saved some mass by not having so much ablator. And monopropellant. I have all this extra monopropellant I'm not even using. I'm new to this. Well, welcome. This is Kerbal's space program. You've missed some orbital maneuvers and launchings. After I get this re-entry and splashdown, I'm going to switch over to a couple of spacecraft. I'm going to perform some orbital maneuvers and dock them over the moon in this game. And then, if you're still sticking around by then, you'll get to see a moon landing. And in this game, it's called the Mun. So that's what you're going to see. This is a physics simulation game. What's going on here? It's a physics simulation game. It's called Kerbal Space Program. You basically do everything involved with designing, launching, and carrying out space missions that you create. And you got these little cute guys called Kerbals, whom are on the inside of this spacecraft. Here's a cutaway version of the spacecraft flying and having the time of their lives, hoping they're not going to burn up in the upper atmosphere, which they're not because I have a heat shield. So there's a fun feature called time acceleration, so that I can fast forward to important parts of the game. Here I'm going to wait until I'm into the lower atmosphere before I deploy my drogue chutes. There's my drogue chutes that have deployed, and they will open up at about 2.5 kilometers. Right there, they've opened up. And I'm going to just time warp until we're a few hundred meters from the surface. And now I got to wait until splashdown. I'm only limited to 4 times speed time acceleration while I'm in the atmosphere, so got a nice little wait here. I can display anything about this game, any other questions that you have while we wait for splashdown. You build these ships out of individual parts. I've got parachutes, I've got a docking node there, I've got a heat shield. That's basically all that there is to this particular ship at this time. I'm going to recover the vessel. You will see the Space Center here in a moment. Have fun. You're not going to stick around? Okay. You're gonna miss some really cool stuff. I'll probably be asleep or playing Team Fortress by the time I'm done. I meant I was new and what you were doing right now. Oh, well, what I'm doing right now is I'm carrying out a big complex mission of getting lots of tourists to the Mun and to Minmus. So let's switch over to this spacecraft. It's got to perform a circularization. No! Oh, there it is. Woohoo! Okay. This spacecraft has to perform a circularization maneuver to dock with that refueling spacecraft, so we're going to fly it now. Kind of what our Earth wants to do with all of us. What's kind of like what make the moon a tourist attraction. Yeah. Yeah, that would be something. So let's go time accelerate until we enter the sphere of influence of the Mun. Here we go. Boink! Okay. And I'm going to change my trajectory so I'm more coplanar with the Mun. I'm already pretty coplanar, but I'm heading a bit north. So I think I'm actually heading slightly south now, so I'm going to burn this way. Okay, that's nice and coplanar with the orbit of the moon. I'm going to burn radially. Let's burn radially here to about 10 kilometers. And then at periapsis, we're going to perform our circularization. And actually, I'm going to burn south a little bit. South, that's the north direction. South. So I guess this would be the anti-normal. So I can be coplanar with my target at periapsis, where I am going to perform the circularization burn. Actually, I'm going to perform just a capture burn into a highly elliptical orbit so I can perform a plane change at apoapsis, saving fuel. So how we do that is we drag this retrograde vector. Bummer, I'm actually really tired all of a sudden. I'm going to subscribe. Your channel seems good. Okay, thank you very much. Hi, Clash with Santiago. How are you doing? Are you a fan of Kerbal's space program, or are you totally new to it? Okay, we're going to perform that capture burn just like that. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, it's going to take sense. Ah, just saw your channel. Probably in a recommended video. You saw my counting to 210 in one breath video. That's what I'm guessing. That's the current video on my channel that's getting lots and lots of traffic. Okay, we're going to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boop. Okay. Then we're going to set as target here. Now we have our matching planes node is very close to the apoapsis. So it's going to take very, very tiny amount of delta V to match planes. Oh, I have 0 current viewers. So really all I need to do This is just one of those chase the vector games here, so I accelerate a little bit to about there, keep it on the normal vector, and just do tiny little burns to push that node away from me. Keep pushing it out in front, push it out in front, push it out in front. This will get me the most, there we go. That is like the most accurate plane match I could do. Okay, now at periapsis, we're going to add a maneuver. We're going to circularize. Just after periapsis, and we're just going to keep that spinning around and around. Will it go around one more time? It will not. So we're going to go like that. There. Perfect. Distance. Closest approach. Target position, closest approach. Where is it? Target intersect 1. Separation 1.5 kilometers. Good enough. So we'll go ahead and perform that maneuver after we turn stability to hold. It's going to take 140 meters per second, which we have plenty of delta V to perform that maneuver. So let's just time accelerate. Woo, yeah, okay. It's not going to take 10 seconds to perform that maneuver. It's going to take like 3. Okay, maybe it will take more than that, but whatever. All right. So now I'm going to be... Oh, let's go ahead and go prograde. Prograde. And we're going to, since we have RCS, we're going to go ahead and turn on RCS, but also caps lock so that we're on fine adjustment mode. And we're going to... Oh, shit. There we go. Bring our separation down. Huh. Turn off the RCS. Okay. I'm going to be over it. Oh well. We will save the action for the next episode. Once we get these ships docked, that's going to be it. That's going to be it for this live stream. And you will have to wait until tomorrow to see the awesome conclusion tomorrow morning. Will we land on the moon? Yes, we will. Yes, we will. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. They're hard. Really hard. It's hard to do those things. We're going to do them anyway. Why? Because screw the Russians, that's why. Think they're better than us? They're not better than us. Okay. And here we go. Go like this. All right. This is good. This is real good. We are coming in for a docking. Finally, after quite a long broadcast, we are getting this Moonlander to dock with a refueling ship with enough fuel to bring this lander down to the surface of the moon, back up, rendezvous again, dock, burn on a trajectory that'll take us out of the moon to Minmus, land on Minmus, come back from Minmus, and land back on Kerbal. That is the goal. That is the goal of this huge mission. That is why I had to launch 3 heavy lift spaceships to low Kerbal orbit just in order to have enough fuel to perform this mission. But we will be paid quite handsomely for this mission. Total contracts totaling 1.7 million funds. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Why don't you point yourself at that target, like so. Okay, we'll switch over to the other guy. We're gonna set that as your target. He's gonna point at you, like that, just like that. Very good. Switch back over. And I probably don't even need to use RCS. These probably are going to dock just fine, just the way they are. Yeah, I think so. I think they will. I think they'll be fine. Don't even need to do anything. Just watch them come together. Slowly. So slowly. Ah. 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 That far apart. Oh, come on. Just Hey, it worked. All right. So, In the next episode, we will calculate exactly how much fuel, and we're going to use a delta V map to calculate exactly how much fuel we should put on this thing so that we can land and come back to orbit with only a couple hundred meters per second at the most to spare for other maneuvers. Let's only leave us about 100 meters per second of margin. That's my goal. I think it takes 550 to land on the moon, so we're going to load this with 1,200 meters per second of delta V, which is like 75% full, more or less. Anyway, till next time, this is Kerbal Space Program. Quit to main menu, cancel, Space Center. Let's, yep. Give the game a chance to save here. Alright. Alright. We are doing excellently in career mode. No Kerbals have died. No astronauts stranded like this guy on the surface of a forsaken Mun or Minmus or other planet. So far, Kerbal Space Program has been, this career mode has been excellent. Excellent. Nobody's died. Thus ends tonight's stream. Alright, outputs.